Kesalahan.
In
Nanti
2005.
comel tau. Comel sangat.
Sebab tu angka jatuh cinta. Sebab angka jatuh cinta. So in 2005, we went for a Hajj. So I bought this translation in English. My first translation in English. Tak faham. I couldn't understand. I said, I'm okay like English kan. Why can't I understand this? I just couldn't understand. It was too technical to me. It was too technical to me. By the way, that English is actually the one that is in your Quran that you are actually reading.
Itulah dia apa tu antara my struggles jugalah. You know what I mean? Because macam apa tu bila baca nak kata dia tak cantik, bukannya dia tak cantik, dia cantik. Sangat poetic. Dan you know, mungkin kapasiti ilmu on my side jugalah lah, macam alamak macam terlampau cantik ni kan tak faham pula kan.
You know what bugged me about it? Because dia punya parenthesis, dia punya bracket tu disrupt the whole flow. Because you see what I'm saying? If you see how I put my brackets actually is actually in the flow. It makes it more clear. It makes the meaning clearer. But dia translation tu, I berserabut. I find it berserabut to me.
I know what you mean.
You know, it became too technical lah. It was taking the flow away. So I couldn't understand. I mean, bila baca tu macam dah, you know, it's just like I wasn't dah macam tak shock baca. That's the reason why I did my like a storybook. You read mine, it's like a storybook kan?
Yes, betul. Flow dia macam storybook. That's why it's easy. I mean, it's easy to go to page per page. Itu yang jadi.
So it's a different concept altogether. Because what I put my the additional words actually to bring clarity to it, to make sure that the flow is right, the flow is cantik. Kan? Jadi of course, and then of course my interpretation tu is more contemporary pula lagi. Maknanya it is, as you said, it can be related and more relevant to what we're going through in our life today.
Betul.
Because if you go back to I'm not saying wrong, don't get me wrong. Quran yang tafsiran lama tu sebab tu sangat baik because dia banyak bagi kita ilmu. Tapi dia all classical commentaries. It's difficult for us to take that and try to apply it in our life sekarang ni. Pada angka. That was another main reason why the motivation for me to write or do what I did to come up with this Quran.
Right.
Yeah. So apa nama? I mean the reasons can go on and on. This section berapa minit lagi? How much long is this section?
Tak apa, ada time lagi. Macam badan unfortunately, like usually kalau untuk IG live kita buat sejam macam tu lah ke. So kita macam just dah exit sikit je lah, 5 minutes je, but quite honestly the sharing has been very very valuable. You know, like alhamdulillah, looking at the comments, the response, you know, that, you know, like macam semua agak interested to get a copy, masya-Allah, alhamdulillah. You know, so you know, so
just to be sure, I just want to keep track of time. So how many more minutes do we have? Just to keep track of time.
Kira, I mean, sebenarnya I'm not entirely too sure how many minutes we have left. I think it can. Macam mana?
I thought when you do like this, when you do, sorry, uncle ni kampung sikit. Tapi ni social media ni pun ni first time ni bagi live IG ni. I thought, if I'm not mistaken, we only have 1 hour on live IG, bukan?
Tapi dia dah exceed 1 hour dah ni. So for me, I think it's okay. Tapi somebody is asking boleh beli kat Shopee ke tidak, and farhana.t. Okay, minta maaf, tapi it's not sold in Shopee. If you like to get a copy, there is a pinned comment by Zahira Zer. The AlQuran translation novel contemporary modern English tu is RM50 per book. You can get it on you can inquire about it from dorang punya Instagram account.
Uncle nak explain gini. Some people are also asking me this question. If you go to IG, which actually the_ultimate book. The_ultimate book. Actually ada dalam timeline Lisa dulu. Lisa pernah showed in your what is called IG story. So
dengan IG timeline mana ada?
Okay, the_ultimate book. Okay. Now, if a person communicate dengan tu, that's not me. That's both my son and my daughter. Tengok kadang-kadang. They both help me. Sama ada Alia ataupun Aiman. I can't remember. the ultimate book tu ada WhatsApp number, and if it's WhatsApp, it goes to me directly. So, it's the easiest is to go to the WhatsApp number and communicate with me directly. So, insyaAllah, I can make the arrangement lah. So, the number is... But I just want to bagi tahu that mana sebab kadang-kadang bahasa Uncle ni. So, kadang-kadang dia tu, I tengok bahasa yang dekat IG tu, ni nanti orang ingat ni orang tua mana ni cakap-cakap macam ni, macam cakap macam kids of this age, It's not, so it's not me. It's actually either Aiman or Alia. Yeah? You met
Aiman dengan Alia pakai language tak WeChat ke?
Okay. So apa nama,
but thank you so much actually Uncle. Macam apa tu, unfortunately we're gonna have to end our... Okay, wait, hold on. We'll take one more question. Okay, ni daripada Ellie_D Patin. Please proceed with the question. She says, I have a question. Please proceed. Sama asking, kalau daripada Singapore boleh ke tidak? InsyaAllah boleh post.
We have so many to Singaporean buyers. Banyak. Cuma the courier cost to Singapore tu is quite expensive. Actually, for one book is RM70, lebih mahal daripada buku. Buku RM50.
Probably because of the delivery charges.
Delivery charges is RM70 per book to Singapore. Kita local RM10, Sabah Sarawak is RM20.
I see.
So apa nama, itulah.
Itulah dia.
I wish banyak lagi cerita about you. I'm very passionate about this. I mean, I would have written this. I mean, can you imagine me writing? I can't even imagine me writing. When I look at the book, I get goosebumps because I put that. How did I really write this? It took me 6 years to write this. Ngeri yang fikir, I mean, and I'm more careful right now. I keep on telling aunties that we have got to be more careful. Nanti cakap pun dah kena berjaga, because nanti hilang amal-amal kita. Seriously, kita nak reda Allah kan, tiba-tiba ego yang macam kita ni hebat sangat, and then hilang amal kepala kita. I'm very worried about those kind of things.
Hadar min fadli Rabbi. Everything that has happened, Alhamdulillah, macam, like Allah buka jalan, and at the same time, everything that has happened is by will and grace of Allah. Apa jua kebaikan yang kita lalui, be it the struggles that we go through, all of it is with some form of, there's a mercy in it, there's barakah in it, there is, macam insyaAllah Uncle Lisa doakan, don't worry. I think, for me, I'm very, very thankful that, I am friends with your family. We're like family friends dah kan, sekarang ni macam dah bertahun-tahun dah kenal. Then for me it is very fortunate, before, it wasn't time yet for us to share the first edition dulu, in masa 2014. Now kita
I could remember the time when I went to your house in 2014. You wanted to meet me so much when you saw me on Al-Hijrah.
Yeah, yes.
Spoke to your mum, and your mum got in touch with Aiman. And then I went to your house to explain all this. It was a long way. You have came a long way, and I'm so proud of you, because I think Lisa punya hijrah ni pakai hijab ni, I discovered this pun melalui surat khabar, because there was, I think we lost touch in about 3 years. I checked my WhatsApp balik. The last we communicated was 2016. That time you were cycling.
Really?
You were cycling, and I was I was a hardcore cycler. I was been cycling as gila. Serious. Apa nak catch? Auntie G pun ikut Uncle. We go for 50, 80, 100 kilometers near ride, and you were also riding. So But anyway, the last time was in 2016, and then suddenly 2019, I think it was in July.
Yes.
I went to 7-Eleven. It was on a Sunday, actually, to buy breakfast to my dad who lives with me. Then I went saja buka surat khabar, nampak gambar Lisa pakai hijab, front page, Masya Allah. Allah, terbuka hati yang kali macam kembang, macam bunga punya lah, bahagia to see that you came a long way to this. Then what happened was that I couldn't find your number in my phone. I contacted Aiman. I said, Aiman, do you still have Lisa's number? Dia kata ada, post it to me. And then I sent you a message. You were in Holland.
Yes, I was in Holland.
You were in Holland, and then you told me, Uncle, I've been thinking so much about you. I want to meet you so much.
Betul.
And then when you came back, so we met at the bands, kan? We had lunch for about 4 hours. We spoke.
Betul.
So I'm very happy that what you've gone through, and I'm hoping so much that what I've written, the Contemporary Quran, which I which I told you about it earlier, and now that I've given you copies of it, and you've taken it in a way that really made me proud, because Lisa betul-betul mendalami. When I look at how the color semua tu, Masya Allah, I know. You know, just to let you know, aunty dulu dekat college pun sama, color tak habis.
Aunty faham.
Actually, all into this. I don't understand what. Boys are not like this. Boys just copy saja. You know, just take the notes of perempuan. That's it. The girls will do all this work.
Dia lagi masuk dalam kepala for some reason tu. Macam tak tahulah. Maybe it's a woman thing ke apa ke, Allah alam. Tapi itulah macam apa
But
tu.
it shows to me that you are really into this. I mean, you're not pretending. You know, this is serious. You are serious about this. And feel free to keep on asking me questions like you have always been doing. But the fact is that you are serious about this, because this journey is something that you must continue, because knowledge sampai mati kita akan berhenti belajar. I mean,
Itulah dia.
I read the Quran every day. I still read just to keep on finding more new things, things that could make me fall in love more with it, more information, yang benda-benda yang akan buat uncle rasa lebih, bukan kita, tapi kan rasa dia awesome Quran tu, rasa awesome tu. Kan? Kehebatan Quran tu kita dapat rasa. Not just in the linguistic but the real meaning. Tu
The real
very
meaning.
passionate.
Betul. In a way macam lagi kita rasa actually the love, the mercy as we go along, you know, sebenarnya macam it's quite a hard book to put down. Macam
major compliment.
It's okay, you know, it's hard to put it down, because like you know, one thing I must share with the followers as well lah, macam apa tu sebenarnya, I went through a stage, or rather a phase, before actually this new edition arrived to me, where I felt like I wanted to grasp all the knowledge all at one time, and it got very overwhelming for me sebenarnya, macam because rasa macam, you know, like the reality of it is that yes, you know, we have to use our time wisely dan sebagainya, and I felt like macam wow, time is such of the essence, rasa macam tak cukup, rasa macam I need to know everything, I need to know, you know, just so that I can be amongst the pious, so that I can reunite with my loved ones there in Jannah and all that, you know. So but then like apa tu, not to say that's not a good thing, cuma macam my advice, or rather what my recommendation would be, is that when you get this book and then you go along and then as you read along, then you start understanding how like the perspective changes. You know, I mentioned before in a previous life that actually when it comes to
Lisa, what really caught you? What when you say your perspective change, what actually about the book that really caught you? What is it? And then uncle nak tanya sekarang. I'm interviewing you now.
Yalah, uncle.
What is it about
there is a part in the forward. There is a part in the forward, kejap macam the part that in the forward where you say, since he gave us reason, surely he must also give us some form of guidance on how to use this gift of reason correctly within certain perimeters that will not cause damage to it. So that put me into perspective whereby I don't think Allah would want me to be in this particular position where I feel overwhelmed, bombarded, or you know, that it should not be that way. It should not be that way. It should be a perspective whereby I'm like, oh, okay, I am but I should not be racing for the ilm the way I was, to the point where dia memudaratkan diri I. But what I should do is to, you know, like of course, you know, like as I pray with Asmaul Husna and I say Al-Hadi, Al-Rashid, be my guide and give me guidance for me to learn on the right, learn the knowledge on the right path, the path that you that pleases you, and in the capacity that I can manage, so that I can actually digest this in properly hadam by because then it reflects in my actions with the way I worship and the society, the way I am as a mother, the way I am as a daughter, the way I am with other people, and all that. So that calmed me down a whole great deal.
MashaAllah. Yeah.
So yeah.
What else can I say? As I said, it's me trying to put it in the right perspective, lah. But I'm glad that you really liked it very much. It means a lot to me.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
So I wish I could chit chat with you a lot more. Tapi the thing is, macam I don't know whether I'm able to save this life if it goes beyond a certain amount. Like macam I want to.
Okay.
Like, many has requested that I save this life.
The other thing is that before we end, there's one final hope that I have.
Okay.
If you feel, or if the viewers and whoever read this book feel that this book is suitable to be given to the non-Muslims, okay,
by all
this is
means.
what I have in mind. This is actually one of my main targets lah.
Okay.
Uncle nak bagi buku ni free sahaja kepada non-Muslim, especially yang overseas. Because what I see dekat Malaysia ni tak apalah, kita boleh handle. What I'm trying to say is that ramai orang non-Muslim, especially Christians, dia ni jiwa dia kosong. They cannot accept, dalam jiwa dia bergolak tentang konsep Trinity ni. They can't understand, it doesn't make sense. Sebenarnya, the thinking one, so the thinking one. So jiwa dia kosong. So the moment they read the Quran, the translation of the Quran, immediately they can connect with it. And that's the reason I say, it makes sense that God is one. It makes sense right now that we have to actually respect and honor all the prophets as mentioned in the Bible. And also for them to terima Islam tu mudah. So kalau the viewers and whoever read this Quran semua rasa that they share this particular need, I am trying to work on a campaign to print about 10,000 copies, inshallah, and to be given out to our dakwah organization groups overseas, so that they can just give out to the non-Muslims over there. Biar at least satu Quran yang masuk dalam rumah dia. Kalau dia tak baca pun, anak dia ke, tok mak dia ke, mak dia ke will read this, and insyaAllah kita akan dapat pahala kerana dia cenderung Islam, insyaAllah dapat terima Islam. So what I'm trying to do right now is that printing is a volume game. The more you print, the cheaper it gets. What I'm trying to say is that I have in mind right now that for overseas punya ni, I'll drop the price down to maybe about 35 ringgit a copy and 100 ringgit for 3 copies. Maknanya infak tau. So I'm hoping that Kalista can still continue to support me because then if I say, okay, I'm ready to now print 10,000 copies to be given maybe to the States, to UK, to Australia, to whatnot, bagi je dia. I mean, inilah amal jariah kita. You know what I'm saying? Because it's supposed to be shared. It's supposed to be shared. But only if you feel that the book is worthy of this. Kalau macam orang kata, buku ni tak berada. But it has to come from a sincere heart kan, nak infak. Like I said, it's 100 ringgit for 3 books. Just give it away and just flood the world with this. Bibles are everywhere. Why not the Quran? You know what I'm saying? So I have that in mind, and that is one of the thing that I'm trying to really achieve lah, And with your help, with the help of the viewers yang rasa betul benda ni patut disebarkan, and we found the right book that should be given away, then mashallah, then we can do a campaign together.
InsyaAllah. Yes, in fact some already are mentioning macam sebenarnya dia orang pun nak infak, like macam, and it's a remarkable book to actually like share as a gift as well to your friends kan, macam because it's a very approachable book sebab the English dia tak bombastic sangat, and it's easy to understand, like macam, in that sense I think it would be a great gift for your friends, bagi mereka yang sekarang ni tengah tu. Okay, so we can join. Okay, yes, wow, Alhamdulillah, many wants to join your campaign. Somebody said, Uncle, if you want to do that, make it so that we can join. Honey.life.skin. I want to give to my sister in Norway. Oh my God, yes, mashallah. Yes.
I said that in my introduction, you guys get that this is the Prophet and legacy, menyampaikan Islam. Kita tak pandai berdakwah, tapi kalau kita dapat satu material, satu buku Quran, yang translation dia mungkin senang difaham. Kalau ini kita sebarkan dan dapat ramai orang terima Islam, Allah. Apa lagi kita nak?
Sorry, Uncle. I just need to mention to the followers. To the viewers today. For those who have already received the book, ya, macam and then for those yang belum order, tolong order. Tapi bagi mereka yang dah receive, please go through the 7 main themes. Okay, the 7 main themes. One should be mindful of when reading the Quran. Okay, so it is actually here. The 7 main themes. This will help you get a very good overview of the themes that are common enough throughout the whole guide, the whole Quran, and it's actually very, very easy to understand. It gives you a very, very good overview. Macam it's very interesting because you know why this is good, because for those who read the Quran and read the translation, macam I'm sure you guys have gone through this, you know, in a long surah, for example, and then they're reading through verse and verse and verse, like ayah, and then there's a flow of a particular story, right? And then suddenly there is a macam what seems to be a detachment. Subhanallah, like what seems to be like a detachment to that. But with the 7 main themes that you've just gone through, you'll be able to sort of like connect the dots on why it is done so. Okay?
I wrote that, I tell you why. The reason why I wrote it is because as I was going through the Bible, I mean, I still read the Bible occasionally. You know, baca Bible ni you bingung tau, because tak ada theme, you don't know what they're talking about. The Old Testament, New Testament tu betul-betul contradict each other. So I said, apa dia bercakap ni? You know, so I said, look, people who are reading the Quran, most of people pun tak tahu what is the main message. So the 7 themes that I wrote out is actually from my own experience, what the Quran is all about from an overview, from a bird's eye view. You'll be able to say, oh, now I know this ayat falls to this theme. That's what you get. You betul kan? Ayat ni berkenaan dengan tema ni. You know, so at least you push us back in the right perspective.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things that I thought creatively I could do it to help people to understand the Quran better.
Fantastic, Uncle. Fantastic. So okay, Uncle, minta maaf banyak to everyone as well. Macam sekarang ni dah pukul 10.30, 10:25. And hopefully macam all of you bermanfaat lah daripada mendengarkan kat simbang kami mengenai buku The Contemporary Quran with Contextual Translation. Dah pun dipinkan dekat IG live dekat bawah daripada komen daripada Zahir Azhar. Boleh dapatkan buku ni, ada nombor dekat situ 0110-241-2234. Place your orders and get the book. Saya sangat-sangat recommend. It's been very, very helpful for me. Reading is good, macam easy flow sebab tu punya English dia sangat senang untuk hadam, senang memahami. Dan kalau misal kata kan kita nak dekat dengan bulan Ramadan ni, nak beli sebagai hadiah untuk rakan-rakan, lebih di orang kata digalakkan lah, you know, so to speak. You know. And hopefully you all benefited from the sharing from Uncle today.
Thank you so much, Lisa. And I more than happy. Terkejut juga bila Lisa offer Uncle to do this live IG. I was like, betul ke ni? Happy. Sebab orang kata publicity shy kan. I'm not a celebrity macam Lisa dah normal dah buat gini, dah very normal dah buat gini kan. You're a host. You talk to people all the time. You know what right questions to ask. So
sebenarnya actually Uncle, macam antara benda yang the followers on Instagram lah yang kongsi dengan saya through DMs dan sebagainya, they appreciate this kind of sharing because each and everyone, like you mentioned juga earlier, are going through their own personal spiritual journeys, and then sometimes what we share individually, I share ke, Uncle share ke, sesiapa yang Lisa simbang ke apa ke, they can relate. And hopefully it can benefit them, you know, to want to be better on you know in whatever phase or stage they are in their life, you know. So to a certain degree, like macam this is one of the ways how we can use, like, you know, a medium such as social media, which has a lot of taint in it kan, macam because you know there's a lot of things that are shared a lot of things that are shared that can be, how do I say, like a conspiracy to corrupt the morality of the public, for example. We can use it for good, inshallah.
Yeah.
We set the right intention, if the niyyah is right, inshallah, Allah will provide the way for it, inshallah. This is all by will and grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So itulah dia. So unfortunately itulah, macam we have to end this session already. If anything, uncle seperti biasa, Auntie G juga, if anything, message sahaja, just give me a WhatsApp. Hopefully inshallah we can meet. Hopefully we can meet soon. It's with this pandemic situation, it's not been easy to actually meet. Someone asked, can we purchase at bookstore ke uncle? Kat the book. Kalau kat bookstore,
I don't put in bookstores. Yeah.
Okay, only online.
Just go to the _ultimate book. Okay, either you purchase it directly from there. Communicate with either Aiman or Alia who's going to answer those questions, or my number is there. Just WhatsApp to me, and inshallah, I'll take care of it. Yeah.
Actually, if anybody's wondering, kalau misal kata you reach out on the Instagram account, Alia ataupun Aiman tu sebenarnya anak kepada uncle.
Yeah.
So if you guys are wondering, kan, masya
grown-up adult children. My two grown adult children. Yeah.
Yes.
You've met apa nama Alia, kan?
Yes, I have. Lisa kenal Aiman dulu, baru kenal Alia.
Okay, Lisa, I won't take much of your time lagi because I know that ni pada exceed banyak, dah 1.5 jam dah, ya?
Yeah, it's amazing that actually life
I
allowed
enjoy
this.
so much talking to you. Tak terfikir, tak terasa pun sebenarnya ada banyak orang tengah view ni. Just like me and you talking, just like how we normally talk, kan?
This is how it is sebenarnya, uncle. Macam kalau misal kata uncle nak buat IG live lagi ke apa ke, to talk about this periodically, boleh je. Like we can go through this again so that we can share the benefit and the, how do I say, the benefit of the goodness of the contemporary or rather the contextual approach to the Quran, because we want to try and help, apart from helping ourselves, kita nak tolong orang lain juga, insyaAllah. So insyaAllah we can always do
the
this.
last thing is that what actually I really appreciated was that phone call that you made to me. I think it was about last week when you told me, when you showed how you actually trying to understand the Quran with your coded one. You said that for this Ramadan will be a different Ramadan for you. You will not rush into Hatam, but you are actually going to really read this thing and try to really digest and understand step by step.
InsyaAllah, yes.
Really betul-betul rasa bahagialah, because you have to understand and take it step by step. This journey is a long life journey.
Betul.
Tak guna kata pun rasa katam-katam, tapi bukan tu bukan kita guna. So wrong choice I would. But read and at the same time spend more time in understanding it and try to live up. That's the more important.
Yeah, I did share with the followers earlier, the viewers earlier, yang kali ni instead of like mengejarkan nak khatam tu, macam this year the approach nak lain pula, nak macam nak go through page per page, and then after that baca pula from the contemporary Quran mengikut ayat, mengikut mushaf, from what ayah to what ayah, macam tu. So dari situ, then like of course I may not be able to finish the whole Quran in 1 month, tetapi at least like macam apart from reading the Quranic verses, alhamdulillah itu pun kita boleh terima hasanah, because Allah is always wanting to give us His mercy. He wants to give us His pahala and all that, right? But it will be a lot more heartening, I think, when we actually try and like somewhat do 2 things at once, which is to understand it as well. So hopefully you guys have this chance as well, so you must get this book. So selain daripada kita baca Quranic verses tu, which is very very good, sangat digalakkan obviously, sebab itu adalah antara the pillars, which is we must baca Quran. Dan baca Quran saya rasa bukan sekadar kita membaca mushaf dia ataupun macam mana diturunkan itu, ya betul, dia diturunkan dalam bahasa Arabic, but we have somewhat that due diligence yang kita kena buat, which is to understand what it means, because in our case Arabic is not our mother tongue, kan? So hopefully you guys dipermudahkan harapnya dalam the journey of understanding the Quran. So this is the importance of it, insyaAllah. So okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
Most welcome. Mungkin salam ke auntie Janji juga situ lagi ke?
Iya. Sebenarnya. And regards your family to Yusri as well.
Will do, insyaAllah.
And also to your mother, Kak Mira.
Will do. Will do, insyaAllah. Okay, to everyone else as well, hope you enjoyed the session with us. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Barakallahu fikum to everyone. Good night. Good night, Uncle.
Right. Thank you.